Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Christina Thompson. It is time now to take a look at today's business headlines. And for a little help with that, let's bring in Jen and the Money Men, Executive Vice President of the Commonwealth Foundation, Jennifer Stefano, Business and Markets Analyst and Newsmax contributor, Seth Denson, and America's Accountant, Professor Dan Geltrude. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone?
Good morning, Jen.
Good morning. Well, let's start off by talking about the markets, which were closed yesterday, of course, for Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. They closed mixed on Friday, with the Dow dropping 200 points. Both the NASDAQ and the S&P closed up. Looking at futures this morning, everything's in the red, with both the Dow and the NASDAQ down more than 200 points ahead of today's opening bell. Jen, what's on your mind? What's got investors worried this morning?
Well, I think it's going to be a very bumpy ride for investors. And the most successful investor in this type of market, or in any type of market, is going to be the disciplined one. I think for those ready for retirement or already in retirement who are living off a fixed income and relying on the markets, the key is a steady hand. And that's going to be very tough as inflation and other factors, including COVID, make the market very volatile over these next couple of months, if not the whole year.
And of course, looking ahead to tomorrow, I want to talk about 5G because CEOs from 10 major U.S. airlines reached out to the Biden administration. That's pretty significant. They're all sounding the alarm over tomorrow's planned rollout of the 5G technology, saying that it could cause catastrophic disruption. Seth, I know they're worried about safety issues, takeoff and landing. You know, this will impact a lot of their systems. But what does it mean for these airlines that are already struggling? Are we going to expect consumers to, it costs consumers a lot of money with diversions?
Well, it could cost consumers money, could cost these airlines money if they do ultimately have to shut down and delay these flights. Listen, as someone myself who flies 100,000 miles a year, I want to make sure that plane's working well. And this is new technology. It's kind of uncharted territory. There are similar 5G technologies in Great Britain and Europe that haven't seemed to impact these altimeters. That's really the concern here, are planes that have to fly in low visibility. That's what these CEOs are concerned about. Of course, AT&T, Verizon, they're concerned about their stock price, which is down year to date. So they're concerned about getting that back up. But listen, we all remember that scene from Die Hard 2, right, where Bruce Willis runs out into the runway because the terrorists have knocked out the lights and he's flashing these torches. Unless we've got Bruce Willis's all over the country, I think we need to solve for this because especially during this winter time, last thing you want is to be flying on a plane and the altimeters not be working.
Exactly, and all these airlines are asking for is just for 5G not to go up 2 miles within airports. I wonder how much that would impact AT&T and Verizon, these companies. But from
which they've agreed to do, Christina, in 50 airports. Problem is, there's a whole lot more than 50 airports in the United States.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the cruise industry now. The Norwegian Cruise Line canceled a cruise mid-voyage last Thursday. Celebrity Cruises and Royal Caribbean International have also canceled upcoming cruises as the Omicron variant, it just continues to spread. Dan, we thought the cruise industry was back up and running, but it seems like COVID is still choosing to target them.
Right, not so fast. Look, people get isolated on a ship, and I know going on cruises, it's a lot of fun, but it's not so fun when it becomes a floating hospital, because especially Omicron being so contagious, all you need is a breakout in an isolated area like a ship, and then everybody's got it. And then what happens? They keep you out of port waiting until they could figure out how to bring non-contagious people off the ship. So look, I think this industry is in store for a lot of challenges going forward. Why? Because the virus isn't going away.
Exactly. Another company that's being hard hit by the virus, Peloton. It's announced that inflation and the supply chain crisis, and it's passing those costs on to the customers with an increase in prices and fees. Seth, do you think the ride is over for Peloton?
Well, it certainly seems that way, doesn't it? I mean, their stock is down nearly 80% over the last year, and that's caused by a couple of different things. One is people are ready to go back out and work out, and second, there's competition in the space. There's a lot of competition in the space. And then I guess there's a third thing, inflation. It's hitting them too. They can't get their products over. And I mean, I've heard stories where they're actually hiring 747 airliners to bring these things over. So listen, Peloton's got a lot of work to do. I don't know they'll get back to their mid-pandemic glory, but maybe they can survive on these subscription services. This is just part of the game for them.
Before we go, we've got to talk about this latest precious gemstone that's heading to auction. We're talking about the record-breaking 555 carat black diamond dubbed the Enigma. Sotheby's is auctioning it off next month. Jen, of course, diamonds are a girl's best friend, but this one seems almost unattainable. Have you heard about this diamond?
I have, they came to me about it and I said, it's just not my look. It's not my style. I think I'm going to pass, but thank you. Look, this is apparently very rare. It comes from outer space millions of years ago and landed and threw a meteor on the Earth, and then it was mined and it's been owned privately before. But things like diamonds are interesting. They're like art. They're really useless articles unless people find them to be valuable. So I'll be very interested to watch the auction and to see how quickly this gets driven up. This is certainly different than, say, a man-made piece of art in that it is a rare earth, something that came from the earth that is millions of years old, that really has a provenance to it that should be interesting to watch. But I will say, you have to be careful with these things. They can quickly become not quite as valuable as they once were.
Right. Well, listen, if anyone wants to bid on this for me and gift it to me, I would be more than happy to accept. Dan, is there anyone are you going to bid on this for anyone special?
No, I'm not. I don't particularly know what you do with that. Once you purchase it, well, okay, Seth, maybe for you,
what you
my
do with
friend.
it, you tell everyone you have a diamond from outer space. That's what you do with it.
I don't know what you do with it. I mean, I don't know how that would look around Seth's neck, but I mean, it's like investing in anything else, I guess, these days that's not digital. You have to just put it away and once in a while look at it. I don't see the practicality of it. So in spite of Seth wanting me to gift it to him, I think I'm going to be on the sideline.
Well, I'll be watching. Jennifer, Seth, Dan, thank you guys so much. Always informative, always entertaining. I appreciate it.